So after I've done this review of match day 11 of the Sky Go League, I'm gonna do it with you the whole process of within a week what I have to do. But this is not just for one league. I'm gonna do this now for the Sky Go League. It's maybe a small league, but that doesn't mean that you can't beat the market. It may even be that it's easier to beat the market. But sometimes people ask me, where do these prices come from? And of course, anyone might have a guess. They can do it out of their head. They simply write down a price. As I said, in the 90s, the Austrian bookies and maybe the English bookies as well, but they may have done some compilation too. But I've developed my tools to do so, and in the process I compare with the market, and then there might drop off some bets, some interesting stuff to go for if there are any differences. I've done this in German for the German Bundesliga 2. I think I've done it in German, and I've done it with a market comparison. Of course, I wouldn't need that, but I can do it. But I don't need it. I can do anything and everything myself, and still compare in the end, and then I might still decide, okay, this is not the site to go for, and even if something is indicated, as I stated, as I call it. Okay, now I lost this league. Okay, you see, not a single league compilation has been made for the next week, because the Austrian Sky Go is the first league to finish. This is week 38B, so it's next weekend. And I start here with Wiener Neustadt against Lustenau. I can do it out of my head as well. I mean, Lustenau are having really problems now. They might sack their coach, as I said, and usually they should still be better than Wiener Neustadt, but Wiener Neustadt proved anyway that they are pretty good, and they are the league leaders, as we see here, while Lustenau are in 8th place. So it's a difficult game to start with, but I still feel comfortable enough, because, yeah, okay, so they had been expected to be top, possibly play for the title, for promotion, and they had been, yeah, just average, maybe even below average like last season, and they are on top now. Roman Melich, their coach. So whatever it is, I can compile this price, and I can, this is not the price. So I'm instantly doing this adjustment, because Lustenau are not a upper half table team. So yeah, this looks already pretty decent. And now we can look at all the other figures around, and there is I can show these rankings. I can look, but here the new system would also somehow already agree, or even be a bit more courageous, to rate the chances for Wiener Neustadt even a bit lower to win. I mean, it is really a difficult one, and we got this coach sacking going on. So I wouldn't know. For all I've seen so far, Wiener Neustadt had been the better side, and not much doubt. I mean, market will most likely, but it's a difficult one. So it's really is a tough one. But I leave it as is, 220. That sounds reasonable to me. The next one, Kapfenberg against Wattens. I mean, I can show, for example, coming back once again to this game before. This is the ranking that I'm most proud of. Is this one? I mean, you can use any of my rankings to look at things. We looked at the table. Actually, as you see here, Wiener Neustadt +7, Austria Lustenau +2. But in this ranking, we would see how well they played. And here we get the confirmation that Wiener Neustadt are not playing that strong. They played a bit better, and Lustenau will still be disappointed. But this is how well they played. Wiener Neustadt are not really a top side, which should still be Ried, and all those up here played better than they did, even Wattens. But the last games, they were pretty impressive. The 1-1 at Wiener Neustadt. If I'm uncertain about one thing, of course I look back here. 1-1, a draw and a loss. They lost to the top team, to Ried, a very important game. And so they struggled a bit. 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses in last 4. So it sounds even better, like the 220 are the right price. Now, Kapfenberg Wattens. I want to show one more ranking that I look at, which is the home-away relation. And here, Wiener Neustadt are not a home side, so this confirms even more that the price looks fine. But Austria Lustenau, they are even an away side, which is minus means away side. So this speaks even more for Lustenau. So I could actually trust the new system a bit more and go to 230. So this is the way I do it now. Kapfenberg Wattens. We might come to some easier games because this one had been difficult. Kapfenberg Wattens, Wattens with his good win over Liefering, but very bad record before that. And Kapfenberg, they won their last 2 home games, but they had not been the better side in neither one. So which is the better side? It's they are not far apart, and it looks like pretty even. I would say. Not much reason for Kapfenberg to be the better side. So we got a 2.10. This is what the old system does. So we compare it with the. Sounds pretty okay to me. 138. So this would go a bit lower on Kapfenberg. For maybe home side. I can see here. No, they are not a home side. We look at this ranking here. They are okay. They played like minus 2.75, and Wattens played better. So actually, what did this system say here? A bit less of a favorite. This I would agree to. They are a bit less of a favorite. And I was going this direction, a bit less. So this means also 220 or 215 maybe. Okay, ready. Liefering, you can compare these, of course, with market later, but maybe, you might spot some differences, but it doesn't mean that I was going wrong here. Liefering against Blau-Weiß Linz. They all rate Liefering pretty high, although you see here, that they are not by any means consistent. What you see, and this is also what I pointed out pre-season, they can't go anywhere, they can't win promotion, they are a good side, definitely. They got all this talent, and they are second team from Red Bull Salzburg. They play in the same shirts. They won the UEFA Youth League. They won the Youth League last season, and this showing their amazing talent. And they got all those players 18, 19 years old. Rarely ever one older. They bought Romano Schmidt now from Sturm Graz, very highly talented player, for 300,000 euro, which was a fixed price, and he scored 2 goals now. 17 years, he's not even 18. All those, and people like them, and of course you can't do much against it. You like them, these young players. You like them playing and watching, and they shouldn't have lost here. So they play some good football, and so market reacting to this as well. But you should not lose. Your soberness. I mean, you have to stay sobriety. I don't know what it is. You have to stay sober and clear state of mind, and not exaggerate, and not any personal impressions. I mean, you can have your impressions, but not any emotions get into this. Oh, I like them, so I go lower with their price. I mean, I sometimes do this in some sense because I say, man, they even look stronger, so to say, right? But they are not playing consistently. This is what I pointed out, because they don't know what they are really playing for. I mean, they play for getting games. They want to show their abilities, and they want to get to better teams, which every season a couple of them do achieve. And when you can't win promotion and you can't get relegated either, you're not fully focused, or you're not just it's not everything about results. Let's say also the coach might line up players to see them and not because he wants the best possible result. So anyway, it's should be. Of course, they are the better side and so on, so it should be below 2.0 or something. And where would that be? 175, okay. And the new system is not far away. This is the figures I looked at: 187, 1.08, 1.76, 1.06. This is pretty close. It would even say Liefering a bit more. And this is also for their home record, which is not what counts for me, but their home, because this is how well they played, and here's the results they are getting, right? So, and it counts a lot more how well they played. But they are a home side, but now this is weighed out by Blau-Weiß being an away side in some sense, with a negative sign. So that doesn't mean anything. Anyway, it's pretty okay, but I might, I mean, they had been lucky a bit, so I would adjust this to 1.7T. Very, yeah, so approaching a bit to this price here. So this is about right, I would say. The new system I feel is a bit stronger, but the old one you should never forget about it. I mean, I didn't explain all the algorithm so well, and I'm not sure how far I should go into it. But okay, now we got Wacker against Hartberg. This is a very tough one, because Hartberg won promotion. And you always see that teams winning promotion, all of a sudden they are there. I can show here as well. So they are in second place now. Wacker still, of course, in some sense, number 2. They should be behind Ried, and this will the ranking, the stored ranking will show this. Ried, Wacker, not far away from Liefering and so on. And Hartberg here are a bit better than up here, but they lost the last game, and they badly lost to FAC, and Wacker lost as well, and yeah, okay. Anyway, this is too big a difference here, which the old system makes, and I would go down, and 180 still sounds a bit too low to me, and most likely market is gonna be bigger. And I can see here that the new system would even insist that Wacker are bigger favorites. So I'm quite happy with these 180 now. And this is especially for this is extremes. Yeah, if you got these extremes, you shouldn't. This is overreaction in some sense, because it's the number 1 home side against the number 2 home side, which is thus the number 2 away side. The worst bottom second from in the away side ranking, so to say. So it's extremes meeting. The best home side against one of the worst, the second worst away side. This makes the price a bit too extreme here. I leave this 180. I may even be, tend to go a bit lower even, but to trusting this new system. But 180 is about right. But most likely there might still be a bet on that, which is what I reveal to you now. And we will see. But I don't know yet. And I shouldn't have done that actually, but I've said so now. FAC play Ried. So the worst team against the best team at home. They lifted their confidence. They had a win against Hartberg, second table. But Ried now with 2 very important wins against good sides, top team, and Lustenau could be second, third behind Innsbruck. But anyway, 2 good wins, 3 goals in either one. So they will be heavy favorites, of course, because FAC are still rubbish, even if they won 1 game. But that's very low, 155. Yeah, this might be about right. And this, the new system would even say Ried are a bit more of favorites. I leave it as is, and that's the whole story. And I think I'm gonna store this now, and those are my prices, and hope you enjoyed it and you learned something from it.